SumnSumnSumn, hit the key.
What up, guys? Welcome to the channel. My name is SumnSumnSumn, hit the keys. In case you haven't seen any of these tutorials yet, today we're going to teach you how to make a beat for DaBaby. If you haven't already, go ahead and make sure that you hit that subscribe, that like button, and the notification bell so that you can be the first to get every single notification. We'll be right back. All right, guys. So we're going to do something a little different today. Normally, I'm all about that fresh cook-up, but I want to show you guys how to do so much in this video that I figured it'd be more beneficial if I kind of put the melodies together ahead of time. So I'll show you what we're working with to get started, but I'm going to actually kick these out. I'm going to show you how to make your own loop, a sample, and then we're going to bring it back in and use it like a sample. So basically, this is just what I have going on. I took this piano and basically made some pretty basic chords, and it just sounds like this. And then that piano is actually going to be in a one-shot kit I have coming out for you guys here pretty soon. And then I have a cello. It's also going to be in that one-shot kit. So it's not going to be anything too drastic. It's just going to be something for DaBaby, and we know his beats be hard, but they pretty basic beats. And then we got a flute from Omnisphere. And then I also made a Vox, so I just recorded myself saying something, and I'm going to use that in the beat also, and this is what it sounds like. Ole, 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 beer, ole, 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 ole. That's what I sound like when I rap. Ole. See, so that y'all know I didn't just take that from somewhere else. All right, so the first thing that we're going to do, unmute all these, and then I want to export them. So what you should do is you should always create your own file for it. So we're going to create a file real quick. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mute the flute, and I'm just going to export the piano and the cello together. But what I want to do is I'm going to actually split the mixer tracks because I want to have just the piano, I want to have just the cello, and I want to have them two together. All right, so what you want to do is you want to come over here to export. You want to hit WAV file. And then you want to make sure that you put it in the selected folder so that you know where it's at. It's easy to get to. And then I'm just going to go ahead and save it. All right, so now that I have all of my stuff here, I can start bringing it back into the beat how I want to. The master one's going to be the piano and the cello together. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to come over here to Fruity Slicer, and then all you have to do is drop that master track into the Fruity Slicer, like so, and then bam. What I'm going to do for this song is I'm going to come over here and I'm going to chop it up differently. You can chop it up all kinds of different ways. But I'm just going to chop it up, come to the knife tool. I'm going to chop it up for beat. And then I'm going to actually change the slides out to 1 millisecond. And I'm going to take the fit the TS to 80%. That's just how, that's how I normally do it, I guess. You can do it however you want though. All right, so now that we have this in the slicer, this is what it's going to sound like. But that's too much, so actually I am going to change the chop rate on this. All right, so now that we have it sounding, you know, kind of more like a modern sample, you can also mess with this right here. If you shift it down, it just changes the sound. So the lower, obviously the semitone, the different it sounds. But I'm going to leave it as it is because I just wanted it to have that sound like it's been through a sampler. And then I'm actually going to leave the flute as it is. And then I'm going to, instead of exporting it out, I'm just going to open up one more. Just because I don't like the way I have everything set up. If I export it out again, it's going to mess up my whole setup. All right, so what I should have done is, and it's what I am actually going to do, is I'm just going to clone this slicer right here, so it has all the same settings, and then I'm going to drop this piano in there, so that I can switch back and forth from the piano to the flute. All right, so now that I have that, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take this vocal sample and I'm going to EQ all the low end out of it, and then I'm going to throw some reverb on it. Let's see how it sounds.
Ole, 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 beer. Ole, 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 ole. Ole, 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 beer. Ole, 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 ole. Ole, 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 beer. Ole, 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 ole. Ole, 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 beer. Ole, ole.
So I'm gonna throw some reverb on here because y'all know I love some reverb, and we're just gonna leave it with the default reverb.
Ole, 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 beer. Ole, 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 ole.
All right, so
Ole, ole, ole.
that's what we have for the vocal chops right now. So I just want to see what it's gonna sound like if I turn it or I flip it around and make it backwards. So I think I'm gonna mess with that. So boom, that sounds pretty dope. So now we're gonna go ahead and get to some of these drums. Because you know DaBaby's drums be slapping. So I'm going to clone this channel, and I'm going to clone it one more time. The reason that I cloned it twice is because since I'm using the sampler, you see how the sampler comes all the way up like here, and it makes it difficult to put your 808s in because you can't see the pattern. So now I'm going to go back into pattern number 1, and I'm going to cut, remember cut, that sample so that I can see what I'm doing with my 808s a little better. And that's part of why I wanted to show you guys with the samples and the loops. If you make your own samples and your own loops, you can leave all this stuff up. And so then when you kick it out and use it as a sample, you'll know where to put your 808s, where to put your other instruments and set there in key, because you have all of the other root keys right here, the root notes. So let's find an 808. Guess if we're gonna go with the baby beat, guess if we're gonna go with something with the baby, we might as well use the baby 808, right? All right, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get some notes in. So remember again, you always want to follow the root note or the bass note. And again, I always put these here so that I know when the new note starts. Yep, so that's not to necessarily say it's always going to be my pattern. So I push Shift C there, and remember Control up will move it up an octave. Oh, another thing that you can do when you have these, when you have 808s like this, is we're going to delete this. And if you actually put the notes together on here, it'll, for whatever reason, it stretches the 808 all the way out for as long as it's the note's supposed to be. So you see how that sounds. So this time what we're going to do is we're going to actually just make the pattern, and I'm going to show you a different way to put your 808s in too. It's pretty cool. All right, so that's going to be the basic pattern for the 808. So what we're going to do now is we're going to send that to the piano roll. And you see how the notes are all small, but watch. So it stretches out for whatever reason. When you use the program, that's what it does. All right, so Shift C, I want to move these over just a little bit though, because they are not in beat. Up, but we have to change the snap. Change the snap to none. All right, so you see how they're all to the right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to actually put the notes in the right key. We'll go back to changing the snap, because now that I've done that, it'll allow me to just move it up and it'll stay in the spot that it's at. Up, but not bar. It's got to be beats. All right, so this is what it's going to sound like. And we're going to go ahead and do another 808 pattern, because we all know the Baby's 808 patterns go ham. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to actually put it into, I'm going to clone this pattern one more time so it makes it easy for me to look at the pattern, and then I'm going to change up the end of the bar there. All right, so now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to leave all this like this, but I'm going to start here, and I'm just going to make my 808 come down until it gets over here. All right, so this is what it's going to sound like now, the 808. And this is going to be every other 2 bars. Sounds definitely like some baby stuff right there. So now we're going to go ahead and add in a clap. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and throw the claps in here. Again, the beat's at 133, so it's going to be 3 and 7. And again, you got to move them over. So I want you guys to listen again. Listen so that you can hear the difference in that. You see how it sounds like it's a little too early? I'll redo. Now listen. So now it sounds like it's on point. So now we are going to add some hi-hats. Let's get these hi-hats going. I want to give it a little different flavor, so I'm just going to change it up at the end. I'm not going to put a roll, but I'm just going to change the way the hi-hats sound. I'm going to put some EQ and reverb on the hi-hats. To make them sound better. All right, so now I'm going to add a couple snares in here. So I got a lot here. So I'm probably going to use this noise right here into my intro and maybe the chorus. So something like this. So we'll probably have that be the the intro. But basically, that's it. That's all you got on our baby song. So I will probably have like the flute and the violin, I'll probably have the flute and the cello go back and forth with each other, you know, and then this will be the chorus. And then those drums, we got to find a kick. We're going to run with this for the kick, and we're just going to have a really basic kick because the 808 is going to do all the work. That's it. So I'm going to go ahead and arrange the beat. When I come back, I'll have the final product for you. Make sure that you guys subscribe, you like, you hit the notification bell so every single time a video drops, you can be the first to know. We do have merch coming for you guys pretty soon. We also have new music coming for you, so just keep your eyes out.
SumnSumnSumn, hit the keys. SumnSumnSumn, hit the keys.
All right, guys and gals, thanks for watching the video. Make sure you hit the subscribe and like button. Make sure you hit that notification bell so every time a new video comes out, you can be the first to know. Let me know what tutorials you want to see next in the comments, and see you next time.
SumnSumnSumn, hit the keys.